Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Energy has hit the headlines again, reminding us about the importance of the ongoing energy transition. Decarbonization of the energy system sits at the heart of the European Green Deal. We are leading the global efforts in tackling the climate crisis. Europe is becoming the first major economy to present comprehensive legislation to meet our climate targets. We have already seen impressive progress in recent years. In the second quarter of 2021, the share of renewables in the EU's electricity supply reached 42%, with 32% from fossil fuels. Compared to a decade ago, solar energy is 10 times cheaper to produce and wind power twice as cheap. With the world facing soaring energy prices driven by the high cost of fossil fuels, the way forward is clear. Accelerating our green transition will not only make us more resilient to such energy shocks, but will create green growth and clean jobs to drive our future economy. Therefore, we need to accelerate investment into clean energy, such as renewables and hydrogen, as well as smart and sustainable stationary energy storage solutions and batteries. The question we must now ask ourselves is where we should focus our efforts to bring about this step change. We need a stable and predictable regulatory framework. Rapid adoption and implementation of the Fit for 55 package will be key to putting Europe on the right track towards climate neutrality by 2050. With its ambitious targets, the package will drive the rollout of renewable energy and accelerate the e-mobility revolution in Europe. It will also further push up demand for smart and sustainable energy storage solutions and batteries in homes and factories. We also have to build sustainable, competitive and resilient ecosystems to be the new powerhouses of our future economy. The battery industry is an early example of such a future-proof and fast-expanding ecosystem. By 2025, the EU's battery market is set to be worth 250 billion euros and will sustain up to 4 million jobs. The European Battery Alliance, with its vibrant network of 700 members, brings a make it, don't buy it approach to our economy. This will be instrumental for achieving open strategic autonomy in this strategic sector. And it is an approach which has already delivered. Europe is becoming a genuine focal point of the global battery industry, with investment reaching 60 billion euros in 2019 alone, outpacing China and the United States. With some 70 major industrial projects promoted by the Alliance, we are well on track to become the second largest battery producer in the world. The European Battery Alliance is an excellent example of the EU's new approach to industrial policy of the 21st century that integrates support for strategic integrated value chains with our climate objectives. We are adapting this framework as a ready-to-use blueprint in other strategic sectors such as raw materials, hydrogen and semiconductors. Industrial leadership is essential to the success of these new ecosystems. Here, EIT InnoEnergy is leading the way. Its European Green Hydrogen Acceleration Center is yet another example of its excellence in entrepreneurship. My third point is about the link between innovation and competitiveness. By 2050, it is estimated that half of emission reductions will come through technologies that are still at the demonstration or prototype phase. The EU is strongly supporting innovation at every stage of the journey. Some 33 billion euros under Horizon Europe, the world's largest research program, will be spent on climate objectives over the next 7 years. Importantly, the European Innovation Council will allocate 7 billion euros to SMEs and startups. This Herculean task will require unprecedented financing. Therefore, the Commission has pledged to mobilize at least €1 trillion in sustainable investment over the next decade. That includes the 30% of the EU's multi-annual budget and our Next Generation EU instrument. Furthermore, at least 37% of the flagship recovery and resilience facilities budget of €672.5 billion will be devoted to investments and reforms that support climate objectives. Dear friends, I want to conclude today by highlighting two pressing priorities which require our immediate attention. First, we must reduce Europe's overdependence on external supplies of raw materials. The EU currently supplies only 1% of battery raw materials. At the same time, 98% of the rare earths are sourced from China. A secure, responsible and sustainable supply of raw materials will be vital for all clean, game-changing technologies of the future. For this to happen, in addition to providing access to finance, we must increase social acceptance by addressing the legitimate concerns of the local communities and showcasing highly sustainable projects. Second, the re- and upskilling of our workforce represents another critical challenge. We must ensure already today that our future labor market matches the needs of rapidly expanding new ecosystems. For example, an estimated 800,000 workers will need to be trained by 2025 in the energy storage and battery ecosystem. I hope that a dedicated academy, which is currently being established under the European Battery Alliance, will serve as a blueprint for other strategic value chains. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to stop here and thank EIT InnoEnergy, led by Diego Pavia, and all the entrepreneurs and innovators for your excellent work and contribution to our shared objectives. Before I finish, allow me to reassure you about my full support for your work. I wish you an invigorating and successful conference. Thank you.